Gananam tva ganapatigum havamahe kavim kavinam upamashravastamam Jistarajam brahmam brahmas padana shrivanuti vishiri saranam. Good morning. Last week, we started a series specifically to deprogram our automatic responses in life. We did techniques in class, and then we also had some techniques to try during the week, and I found those so profoundly helpful. I was able to consistently, instead of feeling inside of my emotional responses and whatever impression I had about who and what I was able to come up to a level of perspective and be more realistic about my opinions of myself and my situation and react in a totally different way. We're going to continue that process this week. And in addition, after today's recording, we can meet in a Google Meet and talk about our experiences. So you can find that link on the Facebook page in order to meet up after this. So last week, we were looking at how are we programmed to just knee-jerk reaction our way through life without actually noticing and experiencing and enjoying moment to moment what's happening. Great. So that was all about watching our own automated responses. So this week, we're going to take it to the next level. I apologize in advance, but we're going to be looking at other people's automated responses and realizing that we're no different than each other in this almost puppet-like response to life. From that, we develop an ability to have a lot more sympathy for other people. There's been all kind of wonderful quotes and interviews of past John Lewis interviews. And one of the things he talked about in the nonviolence movement was the ability to see the enemy as a baby. And that from that place, he and the other nonviolent protesters were able to rise above the petty emotions that might otherwise make them feel completely defeated. So having said all that, this is a super lovely class. It's going to be easy and pleasant. Let's go ahead and tune in and we'll get started. Let's take another deep inhale and exhale, shaking off any distractions. And then inhale to chant. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale, engage Mul Bandh. Feel yourself anchored and grounded from the contraction of Mul Bandh. Let your eyes roll up, starting to establish that connection of upwards movement of your consciousness. When you need to breathe, relax it all. 3 simple warm-ups, working around the lungs and the heart. So we did this one last week too. Just good old cat-cow, but with 2 specific alignment suggestions. Making sure that you visually look at your arms and legs and that they're going straight up and down, just like you were a table. And then the focus on this is going to be contracting the abdomen up towards the spine to round the back. Really feel the pull of the navel up to the back to get the maximum rounding. And then stretching the front of the body, keeping the mouth closed so that you get a stretch over the front of the throat. Eyes can gaze upwards. We're going to take about 5 seconds to move between each of the two positions. So we're moving a lot slower than we normally do. Just enjoy that. We'll be going a little bit longer than we might normally. Great, come to neutral. The next two will look visually very similar, but they're going to have completely different emphasis. And what I like about that is that so much of a yoga practice or a life practice is knowing what your intention is. And what your intention is can completely change the outcome of what you're doing. So in the first posture, the focus is going to be on compression of the abdomen. And from that compression, will have an impact on both the lungs and the heart. So this is what it's going to look like. Pretty simple. Just come onto your stomach. And it's going to look a little bit like cobra pose, but you're using the strength of your back to help you come up. You can interlace your fingers, but I find that grasping one wrist with the opposite hand gives a little more broadening in the chest. So simply on an inhale, pull yourself up. And then you're going to stay here and breathe. You might not come up very far, and that probably doesn't matter. The main focus here is we're trying to get a fairly deep pressure on the abdominal organs. Due to that pressure, the diaphragm can't descend as far down as it normally goes, and that pushes the lower portion of the lungs. The lower portion of the lungs oftentimes don't get oxygen, transmission of oxygen down to that level. Bacteria, viruses, debris can collect there. So by being in this position, it puts some pressure on those lower portions of the lungs to really get all of the waste product and germs out. Let's come down, switch hands, come back up. There's other variations of this if you want. You can have your arms out to the side. You could have your arms alongside your body. You could have your arms up alongside your head. In addition to putting pressure on the lungs, this is one of the few postures that actually massages the heart. That upward pressure of the diaphragm also pushes on the heart, and we get a good deep massage of the heart muscle. The strength from this posture is in the back of the body. The muscles along the spine and that support the spine are holding you up. Think about that interchange of the debris of the old CO2 in the bottom portion of your lungs, making their way out. Feel the therapeutic and beneficial quality of oxygen coming in. Feel your heart becoming more robust and vital. Great. And then lower yourself down and turn your head one way or the other, giving a nice stretch to the side of your neck. All right, next we're going to do Sphinx pose, and for some of us that might transition into Cobra. And the intention here is to keep the spine as relaxed as possible. So all the muscles that you were working in the last pose are going to relax in this pose, even though they look really similar. So put your hands and arms in a 90-degree angle out alongside your body, chin or forehead on the floor. And then use the strength of pushing your forearms and palms into the ground to lift your chest up off, away from the ground. So you want your navel to stay in contact with the floor the whole time. If you can, have your legs be alongside each other. And you can start to walk your arms closer into your body. Once you find a position that you're going to be able to maintain, go ahead and create the sense of ease and relaxation in your entire spinal column. So it's as though your spine becomes heavier and starts to sink towards the ground. The muscles that are contracted in this pose are in the arms, possibly a little bit in the shoulders. If you do this posture on your own, you can go up to 3 minutes. But you want to start with whatever you feel comfortable doing. If you're able to get to a place of your spine feeling relaxed quite quickly, and this feels comfortable, you can experiment with enhancing the flexion of your back. So you can move your elbows further in towards your body. You can feel as though you're dragging your elbows towards your torso, so that your heart starts to get dragged forward, but maintain that sense of relaxation in the muscles along the spine. In both Sphinx and Cobra, it's easy for the mouth to want to drop open. Make sure you've got your chin lengthening upwards. You can roll your eyes up into Shambhavi Mudra. You can press your tongue into the roof of your mouth. Keep thinking about the idea that you are relaxing the back of the spine, and that as a consequence, the chest and the throat are opening. And again, monitor yourself. If it's starting to feel quite simple, you can begin to move towards a Cobra pose. So your arms don't have to be straight in Cobra. The elbows can still be bent. Just find whatever you can do, keeping your spine relaxed. So a lot of times yoga teachers will talk about pushing the tops of your feet into the floor. The goal there is that we're trying to keep the knees from bending. So our knees are going to bend if our spine is stiff. We're trying to get into our spine here. So another way to keep the knees from being where the flexion happens is by keeping your belly button on the floor. Keep your belly button on the floor and then see if you can make yourself go deeper into relaxing the spine. Great, and then roll down. Enjoy that. Circulation getting into spots they doesn't normally go to. Turn your head the opposite way of last time. And then return to your head facing down, push into your hands and knees. And then for a general warm-up, we'll just step through a couple of rounds of sun salutations and modify this as much as you need to so that it works for your body. We'll start standing. Our purpose in doing particular poses might change from day to day depending on, again, the intention or the goal. For this pose today, in this version of a mountain pose, the goal is to tune in to the center of your own chest. Perhaps you might even feel the beating of your own heart. Continue to draw your focus into the center of your chest. There's said to be a tiny flame here, a flame that is not of this world, that is the tiny bit of the transcendental consciousness of the universe that resides in your living body. Great, and then we're gonna reach our arms up. And in this version of sun salutations, you want your palms facing towards the ceiling. Feel strong in your feet, press them down into the ground. Engage Moban so that your low back is stable, and then bring your attention to the throat, to Vishuddhi chakra. Feel the stretch across your abdomen, your chest, your throat. Good. Come back to neutral, return to neutral, and then either roll down or fold forward. Fingertips come to the ground or to somewhere on your shins. Bend your knees a little bit and lift up through the sits bones towards the ceiling. Return your hands to the floor or your shins. Keep lifting, keep lifting. So the goal here is to get a lovely stretch through the entire back of the legs. And as your chest comes closer to your thighs, you get a stretch through more of your back as well. Great, look in between your feet. Bend your knees like you're sitting in a chair. Your hands are ideally on the floor, perhaps in line with your feet. Shift all your weight into your left foot. Curl your right knee into your chest. And then as you inhale, as though the breath is like a piston, shoot that right leg back and then drop the knee to the ground. In this pose, we're largely working on opening up through the hip flexors, kind of like a split, up into the abdomen, all the way across the heart and throat into the third eye spot. Create a variation on this pose based on an honest interaction with your body. Use the techniques that we've been talking about. Come up out of your normal reaction to doing a yoga posture. Watch yourself here. Be aware of yourself doing the practice. Step outside of the usual patterns that draw your attention when you're doing yoga. And observe it objectively. How can you modify this pose so that it works best for you and opens up the entire right side of the front of your body? Once you're there, if you can, work with the 6th chakra. So you can either have the ultimate focus of your attention between your brows or perhaps right in the center of your brain. Good. Lift your bottom away from that front heel and let your palms come to the floor. Bring the left knee back and then find whatever variation of down dog is going to be beneficial for you. Just like when we did a forward fold, bend your knees, lift your sits bones up, and use the lengthening of the sits bones and the heels in the opposite direction to move your legs towards straight. Spread the fingers wide, perhaps rolling the pinky fingers out a little bit more to help anchor your shoulders on your spine. And then feel the stretch that goes from your fingers all the way through your elbows, shoulders, hips to the sits bones. Once you've mastered the posture for yourself, bring your focus to the throat, to the Vishuddhi chakra in the throat. See if you can have a sense of the energy in the pit of the throat. Good. Then come out of the posture a little bit. Engage Uddiyana Bandha. So you're going to exhale and pull the navel back towards the spine and hold it back. Drop your knees to the ground. Try and get your chest towards the ground in between your hands and slide your chest out. Your bottom will still be up a little bit, elbows drawing back, and then you're going to push down through your hands as you let your bottom come to the floor, your hips come to the floor, and you push your chest up. Ease out of this posture a bit, and then either push up onto your toes or onto your knees and return to whatever variation of down dog you were doing before. Shift your weight a bit so that you're gazing in between your hands. Curl that right knee into your chest again, similar to what we did at the beginning, and then thrust it forward as you inhale. And now we stretch the entire left side of the body. Lift yourself up out of your normal automated response, the ways that you normally think about yourself when you're doing yoga, and observe what is actually happening. Be present and aware of yourself doing yoga. Notice what your opinions are about yourself that might normally inform your practice. Watch yourself like you are watching somebody doing yoga. And see how that changes what it is that you may or may not want to do. And again, once you've found the alignment that feels good in your body, you can focus on the center of your head or the spot in between your eyebrows. Great. Then gazing downwards towards your foot, step the left foot forward, fold. Maybe you can fold a little bit further this time. Then bend the knees a lot. Inhale, reach up, palms towards the ceiling, focusing at the throat. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll go a little bit faster and just do the same thing on the left side. So focusing at the heart. Finding that flame of divinity that exists inside of you. And then as though you're reaching that flame up to the rest of the universe, inhale and reach up, reach that flame up, open through your throat. Exhale, fold. Curl yourself up nice and tight, shift the weight into the right foot, and then as you inhale, that left leg goes back and you find that wonderful deep split-like stretch in the left hip. On an exhale, step back to, I'll demonstrate, half dog this time. And then on an exhale, hold the breath out, pull the navel in like you're doing a little Uddiyana Bandha, and then drop knees, chest, chin to the floor, bottom still a little bit up, and then as we inhale, we push into Cobra. Ease off just a little bit, and then use the strength of the arms to come into whatever variation of dog you're doing. Shift your weight and focus so you're gazing between your hands, and lift your left foot up. Get that wonderful stretch along the right side. Great. Step the right foot forward, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time each side. Think about your heart. Feel yourself as the connection between the earth and the heavens. Eyes gaze up, tongue presses up. Find that spark of light, that candle flame of your own consciousness in the center of your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, dog. Hold the breath out. Pull the navel in hard to your spine as you come down on to 8 points bowing, and then push into Cobra as you inhale. Shift into dog as you exhale. Inhale as you come back into the lunge. This time, left leg is back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Reconnect to that flame, that otherworldly flame in the center of your chest. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Left foot back. Find whatever lunge variation works for you. And step the right foot back, dog, as you exhale. Hold the breath in as you pull the navel point to the spine. Knees, chest, chin. And then inhale into Cobra. Exhale into dog. Inhale, left leg forward, lunge again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great, all right. Now we have a rather long pranayama practice, but it's a very pleasant one. Go ahead and close your right nostril. And we're going to breathe in through the left nostril, nice and slow and steady. We're going to stay in and out on the left side. So simply focusing on stretching out the inhale and the exhale. After the next exhale, switch. Go ahead and close off your left nostril with your left thumb, and we'll breathe in and out just through the right side. Start to do a slow, steady count of both the inhale and the exhale. You're doing great. Keep going. So mentally, it should be a little bit like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting to regulate the breath. Using the counting to help you stretch it out even more. Excellent. And now, once you finish the next exhale, switch again. Close the right nostril. Continue counting and keep that nice, steady, regulated pace. But now make your inhale half as long as the exhale. So for example, I'll probably start with 3 beats for the inhale and 6 beats for the exhale. You'll notice that that means that the inhale has to be a little more powerful and the exhale is a little more relaxed. Maybe you can regulate the rate of and the power of the breath as it goes in and out, so that you could move up to maybe 4 seconds on the inhale or 4 beats on the inhale and 8 on the exhale. Find whatever your threshold is where there's no strain. After the next exhale, switch in and out through the right nostril only. It's easy to space out with this practice. Keep focused. We're essentially doing 10 repetitions on each side, alternating back and forth. You may notice that you're getting remarkably relaxed, peaceful, single-pointed in your mind, less distracted. Those are all the benefits of this practice. After your next exhale, we'll shift and do a different version of the pranayama practice, of the breath practice. This will take us a degree deeper into relaxation and focus as we prepare for meditation. So this time we'll put index and middle finger in the middle of our foreheads, just a tiny bit above the line of our eyebrows. Close your right nostril and inhale through the left. Close the left nostril, exhale out the right. Inhale through the right, exhale out the left. You can use the exact same syncopation and counting that you were using before. Inhale left. And use that same, having the breath inhale half the length of the exhale, exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. So just like when we were doing it before, because the inhale is half the length of the exhale, it's going to be a little more powerful. You may need to step back to the inhale being just 3 seconds and build up your stamina as you alternate side to side. Wonderful, keep going. You can include pressing your tongue into the roof of your mouth and the eyes gazing towards where your 2 fingers are resting at the brow point. This just helps to enhance the sense of single pointedness and focus. If you're new to this, if you're having a hard time keeping up with it, keep going just the way you are until you've perfected the practice. If you've done this before, if you feel very comfortable, start to hold your breath in after you've finished inhaling and have it be the same number of beats as your inhale. So if you're inhaling for 4 beats, hold your breath in for 4 beats. Really engage your eyes looking towards the spot where your 2 fingertips are pressing at the brow, and exhaling out for double that amount of time. If your right arm gets tired, just switch. Do the exact same thing with the left arm. If it's comfortable for you to incorporate some additional components, engage the muscles of the pelvic floor, contract mul bandh while you're holding your breath in. Wonderful. Keep going with the practice. Use the techniques that we started last week, where you observe yourself doing the practice so that you're completely aware of yourself right now, your body, doing alternate nostril breathing. By stepping up to a higher perspective, you might notice what your attitudes are about yourself doing pranayama, about yourself doing yoga, about yourself in general. Notice the reality or unreality of those opinions. Maybe you'll even notice where those opinions might have originated, but that part isn't necessarily important. It's almost as though you're sitting up above yourself, watching yourself do the practice. If you feel really relaxed and at ease, start to lengthen the amount of time gradually that you're holding your breath in. Notice your opinions and your reactions to that. You want to make sure that it feels like an invitation to keep holding your breath longer rather than something that you're forcing or imposing upon yourself. Eventually, over time, the holding the breath in will be the same length as the exhale. So twice as long as the inhale. Almost done with the practice, and continue observing yourself, almost like you're sitting up towards the ceiling, observing yourself. Nadi Shodhana is a wonderful preparatory practice. It makes sure that you're neither over agitated nor too sluggish. It brings your nervous system to a place of calm alertness. After your next exhale, relax your hands down. Relax your breathing, go back to normal breathing. Notice your physical body. Notice that you feel calmer and yet more alert. Now observe yourself feeling calmer and more alert. Good. We're going to move to the meditation practice now. And the meditation is also a relaxation. So you are welcome to stay seated, but I kind of want to entice you into trying it lying on your back. Most of the time, most of us think about being relaxed as going to sleep. And we think about being awake as being agitated or tense. So part of what we're endeavoring to do in these few weeks of deprogramming ourselves is to realize that being awake can also be a place of relaxation and ease. So when I practiced this, I started seated and then I wanted to end up lying down. So you can do whatever you want, but make yourself comfortable and do your best to get all of your wiggles out before you either sit still or lie still on your back. Relax your whole body, adjust yourself, make sure you feel comfortable. Eyes are closed and will stay closed. And for a minute, simply be aware of your entire body. So, relax and be aware. And now our focus is going to be on feeling our own heartbeat in our chest. Feel your own heartbeat. Feel each beat pumping blood throughout your entire body. You might find this difficult to do at first, and don't worry. With practice, it becomes easier. Even through the course of the practice today, it will become easier. Focus on the beat of your heart. Over time, it almost becomes overwhelmingly loud as you increase your skill at feeling it. Feel your heart push blood throughout your whole body. Feel your entire body pulsate with each beat. The heart continues with its duties without rest, day and night throughout our lives, and we are rarely aware of it. Now for a change, we are becoming aware of the heart and realizing that it never ceases in its beating and its pumping. Now transfer your focus to one or the other of your wrists and feel the beat, the pulse of your heart there. Again, this might be difficult at first, but it becomes quickly easier as you continue with the practice. Soon you'll feel the beat of your pulse and your heartbeat like a drum being beaten. Be aware of the pulse. If you can't feel it, don't worry. Try to simultaneously feel coordination between the beat of the heart and the beat of the pulse in your wrist. Feel them occurring as one. Now shift to feeling the beat in different parts of your body. The neck, your head, your abdomen, or any other place you can think of. It will continually become easier as you persevere with the practice. Eventually, you will be able to feel the pulse, the beat of the heart in any part of your body at will. Feel the pulsating throughout your body in rhythm with your heartbeat. Let this absorb your entire attention. And now we will shift to our breath. Feel the breath in your nose and feel it as though you've never felt your breath before. This is the first time you're noticing your breath going in and out of your nose. If it helps, move to that place of observing yourself, feeling the breath in your nostrils. Taste the air, feel the quality of the air. Just like the beat of the heart, our respiration never stops. Keep that incredible focus on your breath. Each time now that you breathe in, count 1, and then each time you breathe out, add to that. So breathing in 1, breathing out 2, breathing in 3, breathing out 4, breathing in 5, breathing out 6. Wonderful. Keep going on your own, mentally counting, being aware of the physical sensation, totally absorbed with the breath in the nostrils, but also observing yourself doing the practice, simultaneously feeling, experiencing it, and then observing yourself experiencing it. Your breath can just be natural. You don't need to speed it up or slow it down. Now feel the air in your throat. And begin the same counting practice. Breathing in, feeling the air in the throat, 1. Totally absorbed in the practice. Breathing out, counting, breathing out from the throat, 2. Breathing in, feeling it in the throat, 3. Breathing out, feeling it in the throat, 4. Keep counting mentally at your own pace. Simultaneously absorbed in the sensation of the experience and watching yourself, observing yourself having the experience. Shift your focus to your chest. Feel the breath expanding the lungs as you count. Inhale, 1. Feel the lungs deflating as you count 2. Inhale, 3. Feel the rib cage expand as the lungs expand. Exhale, 4. Feel the lungs compress and the rib cage shrink inwards. Continue counting. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 6. Absorbed in the sensation in your chest and the counting, and observing yourself as you do so. As you feel out, feel unused waste, germs, viruses expelled from the body. Finally, shift your focus to your belly and feel the belly expand as you inhale, counting 1. Exhale, counting 2, feeling the abdomen descend. Inhale, the expansion of the abdomen, 3. Exhale, the contraction of the abdomen, 4. When you breathe in, feel the flame of your heart brighten. When you breathe out, feel waste products expelled. Now stop counting and become aware of your surroundings. Gently move your body and open your eyes. Rock yourself up to seated and pause for a little while, noticing the benefits of the practice. Ideally, you've moved to an even calmer and yet equally alert level of consciousness. You may have a greater awareness of the life in your body. You may have a greater awareness of the vitality in your lungs, the aliveness in your heart, and that flame of consciousness in your chest. Several weeks ago, we worked with that sub-chakra that's just below Anahata, where that flame of our own consciousness resides. As you might remember, the sound of that associated with that light, with that sub-chakra, is the sound hrit. H-R-I-T is how it's spelled. The way it sounds is H-R-E-E-T, Hrit. Oftentimes I hear people chant it with a little bit of the sound of like when you say chala with the sort of at the beginning of the H, Hrit, 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 Hrit. We're going to be chanting that, and we'll chant it feeling the pulse now at the center of our chest, at Anahata Chakra. We'll feel the pulse of the light of our own consciousness as we do so. And I'll explain a little bit more about this practice. It's said that by simply chanting Hrit, you will develop the ability to see through the illusion of this world. That you develop the ability to see reality the way it is, that you purge the unconscious reactions of your existence. There are 50 letters in the Sanskrit alphabet, and each of those 50 letters is written on one of the petals of one of the lower 5 chakras in the body. So each of the petals of the various chakras has its own unique Sanskrit letter written upon it. And Sanskrit is more like music than like language. It transmits vibration, and it alters your prana, it alters your life force and your unconscious mind through this vibration. So if you like, you can think of the letters as we chant them as pounding or striking the individual petals of the chakras, almost like the keys of a piano as we're chanting, creating vibrational shifts in our subtle body, the energetic body, the prana, the chi, and also impacting our unconscious. So adopt a hand mudra that works for you. You might like to press your hands over your heart. You might want to have the sides of your thumbs at the heart with the hands in prayer pose. We'll inhale together and start chanting. Hrit, 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 Griet, 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 griet. Seek that flame, the flame that is not of this world, deep in the center of your own chest. Connect with that universal aspect of yourself. Have that be the place from which you observe yourself and your actions in the week ahead, and also the place from which you observe others and their actions in the week ahead. Follow John Lewis's recommendation and see those people, especially the ones that trigger or annoy you, as little infants. Allow yourself to unravel and deprogram from the habitual conditioning that we are all subjected to. Use these techniques to find the place where each moment is a joy to be in, where we fully experience each moment and the pleasure of being alive. I hope to see some of you in a minute in the meetup. If not, we'll see you next week. Let's do one long Satnam to close the practice. I bow to the light in you. Satnam. See you soon.